So one of the reasons that we come here week after week, like if you see the flyer, and it says Community for Spiritual Revolution. So revolution means to question what we're doing in life. So in life, we're going through life, and we have so many kind of activities. We have a lot of routines. So it can be very easy for us to get caught up in a routine and not necessarily think about the goals of our life, things like this. So I guess one of the main reasons that we come here like this together is so that we can kind of question together. We can reevaluate society, life, values. We can reanalyze our goals, because sometimes we have so many goals that when you get them, often you wonder, like, why did I even want that in the first place? Or now that we have something, we necessarily we can see that there's something more that we want, like that. So I believe it was Leo Tolstoy that he started, after great success in life, he started to question everything. Like, what is the value of becoming successful? What is the value of becoming rich? What is the value of becoming famous? So he started to look into this. So growing up, I think we've had so many experiences like that, that we wanted something so bad. We've focused our mind so intensely on achieving something that when we actually get it, we're not satisfied. So it's important that we never lose this spirit of questioning things, questioning, why am I working? Why am I not working? Why am I? Why do I like this, or why do I do this? And in that way, I think most of us will agree here that we feel like life is progressive. We feel that we're making progress. But when we get stuck in a mindless routine of work or something like this, we feel like confined, right? So, America, I would like to add, is a place of a lot of trivial kind of goals. What am I talking about? Well, reality TV, for example. There's so many shows. But I guess one time they had like a worm eating contest. And the guy ate the most worms that anyone had eaten in the world. And he got his name in the Guinness Book of World Records. And then I think there was someone else who ate a scorpion, or I don't know. So, I mean, just that programming alone can tell you a lot about what people think, that life is, that can be one of our goals of life for many people, is how many things can I write on the list of things that I've done in life, that when I get older, I can look back and say, oh, look what I've achieved. I went to Disneyland. I got the Guinness Book for eating the most worms. I had so many relationships. Not all of them were successful, but they were there. I went to, Paris. I went here. I went there. I went there. So in that way, for many of us, we can go through life just doing all kinds of things and really not thinking why. And we have all these little trivial goals, but I guess sometimes we think it's going to add up to something. Like, yeah, it's trivial watching this movie Friday. Yeah, that's part of my life. But it's just a movie, but it's all adding up to something. People think it's all these little trivial accomplishments that we don't really need, but it is adding up to something, right? So I would say, well, that's what maybe we should question. Is our goal in life really the thing that's really going to make us fulfilled and satisfied? Is it something deep? Are we just working just to work and pay the bills and get a chance to entertain ourselves? Or are we working for something higher? Or do we maintain our body, our apartment, because it's a place for us to grow on a higher level? So there's obviously different ways that we can even do mundane things. But then again, the mundane things, do they add up to something big, important? So I guess I would ask, movie watching's big, but in our culture, it's more so entertainment industry, that we spend a lot of our time entertaining ourselves. And that leads up into old age, where when people, they have not so much to do, they have retirement funds, so they'll go to Grand Canyon, they'll go here. So in that way, it's a kind of entertainment, right? So if there was a movie playing, if I was telling you about a new movie playing, and what's the movie? Well, it's a 2-hour movie. It's a great movie, but it's a movie about somebody sitting on a couch watching a movie. What would you do? Would you go see it? Why?
It's boring.
It's boring. So, why do you go to the movies? Why do people go to the movies?
To live someone else's dream.
They want to see some action, right?
Yeah.
You want to see guns and explosions and aliens and portals opening up and, like the mind, like doing all kinds of magical things. So we want that excitement. We want entertainment, but it can be quite sad if that begins to consume a major part of our life, isn't it? That in order to feel happy, we just take shelter of this, artificial, you could say, entertainment. But to the point that we're just not even necessarily living our life, which is kind of a great, amazing story, isn't it? So that's kind of our culture, because we have a lot of material things. We have made things very easy. On some levels, obviously, that technological advancement has made life more complicated. We tend to become a little lazy about I guess I would say, stepping out of our routine and really kind of questioning things. That can happen to all of us. So I would ask all of you here that, what would you say is one of the main primary advantages of being a human being versus being an animal? What does being a human being offer us that being an animal couldn't? Would anybody like to? There's no right or wrong. Yes, sir.
Year-round mating.
Okay, year-round mating. That's a good point, because animals, yeah. Okay. That's very true. Yes, John?
The orthodox Vedic view is that the main advantage of a human versus an animal is a human can seek self-realization and even transcend the cycle.
They can reach towards transcendence.
And they can do a lot of
Sounds
other
good to me.
things. They can also create their next lives too if they're not going
Okay,
straight
so they have
to
some
God.
control over their destiny. Yes, you had something?
I was going to say the same thing.
The same thing. Okay. Does anyone offer anything? Just for the sake of it, yes.
Consciousness, right and wrong.
Consciousness, a sense of right and wrong. Very good. So yes, if we're thinking that humans obviously are more advanced because we mate year-round and we don't have to do it outside because we have a nice apartment, or if we're so advanced that we pay, like big money to eat a big restaurant, a fancy restaurant, we're mistaken, because we're eating and the animals are also eating. We're eating, animals are eating. We're mating, animals are mating. We're sleeping, animals are sleeping. We're defending, animals are defending. The animals, like dog